Yeah, this quote by Bruce Lee, it's the law of averages. Put in more, come out with more. So that's awesome. And we'll, let's just watch a short video by Jim Rohn. Right here. Okay, let me know if you can hear the sound.
Here's one of the big philosophies I learned in network marketing. It's called the law of averages. Yeah. If you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. Key phrase, if you do something often enough, a ratio will appear. It's amazing. It's uncanny. In baseball, we call it batting average. If you talk to 10 people, one says yes. Now the ratio has begun. 1 out of 10. Talk to 10, get 1. Here's something interesting about the law of averages. Once it starts, it tends to continue. This is colossal information. Once a ratio starts, it tends to continue. If you talk to 10 and get 1, sure enough, chances are excellent. If you talk to 10 more, you'll get another one. Talk to 10 more, you'll get another one. Now you can compete. If you can only get 1 out of 10, you can compete, even with somebody that can get 9 out of 10. If you've been here a long time, you can get 9 out of 10. I just joined, I can only get 1 out of 10. If we have a 30-day contest, I will beat you. So how could you beat me? Here's why. During that 30 days, you talk to 10 and get 9. I talk to 100 and get 10. I beat you. Isn't that clever? This is clever stuff. And I do it for 2 reasons. I sincerely wish to win. But I do it for another very sincere reason. I wish for you to lose. And that's noble on my part. Here's why it's noble. You learn more by losing than you do by winning. So I wish to give you that experience. Now here's how I do it, once I understand the law of averages. When I'm new, I make up in numbers what I lack in skill. I make up in numbers what I lack in skill. Now who can do that? Anybody that's ambitious. Anybody with a little ingenuity. Anybody. Doesn't matter. Now here's one more. The law of averages can be increased. You get 1 out of 10, talk to 10, get another one. Talk to 10, get another one. The 4th time you talk to 10, you get 2. Why would the 4th time you talk to 10, you get 2 instead of 1? You're getting better. You're getting better. And who can get better? Anybody. Talk to 10, get 2. Talk to 10, get 2. Finally, talk to 10, get 3. I finally got up to about 3. Now, it takes more than a genius to go past like 3 or 4. But 3 will do. If you bat 300 in baseball, they pay you $4 million a year. Which means you're out 7 times out of 10. 7 times out of 10, out. Make $4 million a year. Are you ready for that? So, this works so well now in your business. Just jot the phrase down. You don't have to bat 1,000. You don't have to bat 1,000 to make big money. 1 out of 10 is fine. 2 out of 10 is terrific. 3 out of 10 is fabulous. Some particular incredible genius might get 4 out of 10. But 3 out of 10 is sufficient to make you rich beyond your wildest imagination. This is how I went after my friends, neighbors, and relatives when I first started recruiting. I said, look, I've got a new business, and I'm getting about 3 out of 10 to join. And I don't mind you. Just come to the meeting and be one of the 7. Right? Doesn't matter. Right? You're my friend, you'll do me a favor. And so it's not important to me that you like it. It's not important to me that you join. It's certainly not important to me that you buy. It's just important to me that you listen. One of the reasons, though, I want you to hear the story is because a year from now, if I'm doing well, I don't want you to say, how come you never picked up the phone a year ago? I never got a letter, never got a call. You call me a friend? You're making all this money? You never picked up the phone. So I don't want that to happen. So for 2 reasons, I want you to see what I'm doing. So the year from now, if I'm doing well, I can say, you know, I gave you the opportunity. But also, just as a favor, come and be one of the 7. It doesn't matter to me if you buy or join. But I need 10 to get 3. And if you're one of the 3, wonderful. If you're not, wonderful. It doesn't, it might matter to you. It might matter to you, but it doesn't matter to me. Now, it matters to me because we're friends, but it doesn't matter in terms of my averages. So if you decide to get rich, just learn the law of averages. You're off and running.
Very nice.
All right. Yes. Hey. Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard that one before.
Yeah.
That's a good one. I like that.
Yeah, me too. I've heard it before, and every time you hear something again, it's like, wow. Because what I'm thinking of hearing that again, it's like, you know, if you don't reach out to everybody that you know, they might come back to you later and say, well, why didn't you tell me? Why didn't you talk to me? So, you know, you could just say that, yeah, I'm reaching out to you now because I don't want you to come back later and say, hey, why didn't you tell me about this? Anyway.
That whole course is in the back office. Mark put it in.
Oh, it is, eh? Okay, cool. Yeah, I like those little clips. Like that was done a long time ago, right? But it's
Yeah,
still
sure.
relevant
Yeah,
today.
He's
yeah, I
dead.
can realize that.
Yeah.
He's well dead years, isn't he? When did he
Yeah.
die? 70s?
Yeah, yeah, right. So even that's a long time ago. And people are still at it, aren't they?
Oh, definitely evergreen content.
Right, right. That's true too.
What's Tom? Tom must be fixing ceilings, are you? Are you in the house?
Oh, you got to unmute yourselves. I found out how to mute, but I don't know how to unmute. I don't think I can. You got to unmute. Oh, hey, Tom. And
I'm
good
here.
morning, everybody, by the way. That was
I'm
cool.
working.
He's
I'm
working.
work-
Do you ever stop working? Good Lord.
Where are you, Tom?
I'm in a mulch mill. They make a buddy of mine owns it, makes mulch, and I'm doing a wiring job.
All right.
Wow. Awesome. And doing
Keep it
and doing
busy
and doing a
every
Zoom
day.
call at
Every
the same doing a Zoom call at the same time.
He's doing a Zoom call and he'll be doing a TikTok shortly.
I did that this morning.
Yeah, and prospecting
morning.
and following up with a few people.
Yeah, I actually reached out. Actually, already connected with a guy who works for the NSA this morning, who was on the TikTok. So he wants more information, but he's got to talk after work. So
Cool. Yeah, and Tom, how many people you think how many leads are you getting? Are people contacting you from TikTok?
well, it's funny. Like I said, when you and I talked, I decided I'll drop that capture page so it's not mandatory, and the leads stopped coming in. Now I'm getting 1 or 2 a day now, but before I was probably, I don't know, anywhere between like 8 to like 12, 15. You know,
Yay, people reaching out to you, and they're reaching out because they want to connect with you, or they want more information, or they want
more information. You know, and the thing is, in the beginning, I'd get probably about a third of them leaving a phone number.
Wow. Yeah, and that's why I mentioned it to you. Tom's got this capture page on his page that he's sending people to. He's asking for their name, address, not address, I don't know, but phone number, email address, whole bunch of questions, all this stuff. And I said, like, you know, just take that off of there and let people go on and see your information. So that's an interesting stat that less people are opting in. Wow.
People were filling out everything, you know, before. But you know, I'm still getting some. So what I want to do is I want to revamp that page, but it's a work in progress, you know. But it's to follow up with the leads, you know, when they reach out to you, that's a little bit nicer, I think.
Yeah, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and the other thing about your page was you had to enter the information, but if you did that and you went back to it, you had to enter it again.
Yeah. That's the thing. I've got to figure that aspect out, because I get a lot of people. I get where sometimes somebody will enter the information 3 times,
All
but
right.
that tells
Well,
me
you
that
have
they've
to,
been
you have to, yeah.
but that tells me that they've been interested because they went in, went out, went in and went out, and they went in and went out. So I said, oh, okay, that's somebody who's hot. So you know,
Wow, sure, that's amazing results.
yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
then
but
how
like I
many
said, I saw-
people, yeah, how many people are you, do you have on a video, on a live? You said it's a lot, right?
Oh, like the highest normal viewers is about 500, but usually I average about between 150 to 200 during the live video. And then probably about like, gosh, anywhere from like 8,000 to 30,000 in the duration. You know, I mean, I used to pay Facebook for a 3-second view on a video. You know, now I'm getting thousands of them for free. And now, because I'm delivering this continuous content all the time, people are starting to follow, and my followers that are viewing are increasing now. I'm up to about 3% of followers who are returning.
Yeah, that's awesome too.
How
Not
many
just new
followers do you
people.
have?
What's that?
How many followers do you have on TikTok?
I'm about 250 from 10,000.
Holy shit.
Yeah. I'm hoping that once I hit 10,000, the algorithm's going to kick in and I'll go even further, you know? Because once you hit 10,000, then you're on part of the creator portal where you get paid for your videos and stuff. So
Cool.
it's
And
a
did you
work
see-
in progress, you know?
Go ahead, Tom.
But besides talking about my TikTok, I just wanted to give you guys a little heads up. Okay, building those Facebook friends lists. Think about this aspect. You can use this as a primer before you reach out to people too. You can create a list of your next month's potential. Start delivering them content that tickles a little bit, you know, gets them thinking a little bit, but nothing about it, to where when you do finally reach out, it triggers that response back that, yeah, I remember something about this, because they had seen a couple of pieces of your content. You know what I'm saying? But you're not going to let the cat out of the bag or anything. Talk about stem cells. You could be talking about, you know, what's it feeling like? How are you aging and this and that, all these different things, but touching key points. So when they see these posts, you're priming them. They don't even know it. And then all of a sudden you appear in their messenger and you've got a solution to that problem.
Do they think it's fate when it's not really? You set it up.
You know what I'm saying? Once you have it set up, in other words, you're going to actually agitate their problem so that when you show up with a possible solution, they're more readily to receive it. Does that make any sense?
Yep. And then you can
Warming
have
up.
each list can be 3 people, can it? Can't it? 3 people that you prospect every day.
No. Here's the thing. You create a Facebook friends list. You can have as many people on that list as you want. You can have as many lists as you want. So people who are in the various stages of follow-up, you can send them a different message.
Oh, okay.
And what happens is the messages don't get mixed up. They go to those people. So if the people already know about LifeWave and you want to talk more about LifeWave, well, you can, because the cat's out of the bag. But the people who you haven't told anything about, you don't want to let them know. So you can post different content to them. This allows you to post multiple pieces of content a day on Facebook without diluting the previous level's content, because now you're posting to a different group. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it's targeted, it's targeted to whoever you.
Yeah, you're targeting. It's free targeting is what it is. I used to do a live training on how to do free targeting without having to pay. And that's how you do it. You build a Facebook friends list funnel where you create the friends, create the funnel, create the attraction content, create the nurturing content, and then create the call to action content. And you break it down over time. But you through your friends list, you can actually structure it so that okay, well, this week I got to do this post to this group. And you create a post and you get it out to those people. And then the next week or the next month, the next group of people will be ready for that same post. So once you create the content, you can use it over and over again. you know?
Yeah.
And it's not like the same people are seeing it over and over again because you got a new list of people.
Cool.
That making sense?
Yes.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it kind of gets around the algorithm that way too.
Yeah. Because now Facebook wouldn't have that feature if they didn't want you to be able to use it. You know, a lot of
You
people
know,
use
most
it
people don't know
great.
about the feature.
Most people don't know.
Yeah.
I didn't know. I didn't know about it.
About 80%. I found about 80% of the people don't know that exists. And I mean, you can use that like you could create a list for just your family, you know? So the post that you want to go to family where you're sharing those intimate details and stuff, it's just for your family members, you know?
Yeah, that's awesome. Yep.
Hey, I got a buzz. I'll talk to you later.
Okay,
All right,
awesome,
no
Tom.
worries. Bye.
Cool.
Yeah.
And Eugene, so what did you find out about TikTok again that you posted yesterday?
It's just the banned MLMs last year because
Last year.
Yeah.
Okay.
Probably it's all right if you don't mention you're in an MLM. You could say it's a direct sales. You know what I mean? As long as you don't mention in your lives or your TikToks that it's multi-level marketing, I think you'll get away with it.
Okay. Like mentioning the actual words.
No, it's not going on.
MLM or network.
Or if you put it on any, I'll say you could put it on your link tree because that's nothing to do with TikTok. But if you put it in your bio, multi-level marketing or anything like that, I think,
Got it. And probably in the videos too and the lives,
yeah,
if you
can't
mention it,
mention it, no.
they can tell from what you're saying, what you're talking
Yeah,
about.
just mention that you have pain relief patches.
I think Mark had a TikTok that said the difference between our MLM versus something else. I remember something like that.
Yeah, that
Yes.
AI will pick up anything written or stated.
Yeah.
And you were saying, Eugene, they might be going back and checking accounts to see if they have any.
Yeah, they
contact.
say they're going to ban all accounts once they mention MLM. There is lots of MLM on TikTok, like, but eventually they'll catch up. You know what they're like. Because they used to allow MLM and Facebook ads, and then they banned that, and then it took them a while to catch up on that. And then with this pandemic too, like I saw sex toys on a Facebook ad, and I couldn't believe it because you can't do that. But it was probably because everybody, you know, the people weren't there to go through the ads, and they got snuck them in.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think as long as we, you know, like we've been doing anyway, be careful with what you're saying and what you're posting, and be aware of what they allow and what they don't allow. Yeah, but Tom, I'll talk to Tom about it because I don't know if he saw your post or not, but yeah, he
I
doesn't.
was thinking more him because it wouldn't like
Yeah.
getting chopped like because of the amount of people he saw.
Yeah, exactly. And he does promote. I don't know if he talks about MLM, but he definitely talks about the product, and he does a call to action to get people.
But it's his TikTok account not called the multi-level marketing gym or something.
Right. No. Yeah, right. But you know, you got to be careful because you might even just happen to mention it in 30 seconds of one of your videos or something. They can pick up on that.
Yeah.
You happen to talk about that, like we're talking about it now. Right. So maybe Zoom is gonna catch on to it too. Yeah. How you doing, Jan?
Yeah, I'm doing fine. I'm preparing. I have to leave this weekend, and my
Again?
wife is leaving tomorrow to Spain. So
Very good.
we are dividing, and even I have to bring my dog to another address because we are out the whole week in separate directions. But
Was it
anyway,
a
I have to go for work.
Oh, work. Okay.
So
Okay.
I'm going to an area near Antwerp, so in the south,
All right.
and I stay there the whole week. But anyway, I bring my computer and my laptop, and in the evening I can work, no problem.
Yeah.
Cool. And it's evening now, so that's good.
No,
Right?
it's just 5:30 about here.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
Oh,
So you can
That's the
play
end of the
nomad
day.
marketer. Then.
Yeah. It's funny, for most people, evening would be 5 o'clock and their day is done.
And then I'm working.
You start working at 5
I
o'clock.
start working. Yeah, no problem.
Yeah, yeah, exactly. So,
Yeah, that's the nice thing when you work for government. Just doing your duty and that's it. Nothing else. No bothering.
right.
No
And then,
stress.
and then when your work's done, your brain shuts off, right? You're not
Exactly.
thinking about it.
It's
I
just
used to do projects all the time, installation projects, right, for myself,
Yeah.
for my own company. And we used to always say that we should bill for our time that we're at home and our brains
Exactly.
are thinking about our problem that we have to solve the next day. We're not billing for those hours, right? You could be thinking
Exactly.
about something all night. Right? Oh, 4 hours in my dreams, I solved that problem. I'm billing you for that, you know?
Yeah, when I was working commercial, I did the same thing. I was a service guy, and I still service, but when I had a customer with, like you saying, a huge problem, you're thinking about it on another moment in your bed, and that's you. You bring your work back home. I have no longer the problem about that. My problem is only looking at the future with this, with
Right.
the online business. That's my problem.
Right. And then you can focus on that, you know, this kind of work. On the
Exactly.
other side of that. Or you could do what Tom does and fit it in between no matter what you're doing. He's working when he's driving, he's working when he's like working.
He's probably
He's working when
he's
he's at the
sleeping.
gym. He does most of his talking at the gym. You ever see that? He's
Yeah,
working
yeah,
out,
yeah,
talking
yeah.
about stuff. You
Many
know, why just be working out when you could be doing videos?
And always with a bottle in his hand.
Yeah, that's true. But there's a lesson there, you know?
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
and there are wise lessons there.
yeah.
It's,
For me,
it's
what I
great.
found is I really am focusing on turning it on and turning it off. So if I commit to this 1 hour, I work for 1 hour on this stuff. And then my hour is up. I feel great. I've done a bunch of work and I shut it off. And then I don't think about it. I go to the beach or whatever, you know?
Okay. Yeah.
Because otherwise I'm thinking about it 24 hours a day too. And that you're wearing your mind out, you know, thinking about who you might need to talk to, who you need to follow up with, all that stuff. It's a 24-hour a day, 7-day a week thing. But I found, so I'm focusing on 1 hour and hope to, you know, build that out. 1 hour of doing the real work that you need to do, another hour doing some internet stuff, you know, that kind of stuff.
Great. Yeah.
But I learned that with everything. You know, I'm just starting to learn that. You got to turn your brain off.
Yeah, but at the same time, I find my best ideas come when I'm not focused on what I'm doing.
Yeah.
They just
Yeah.
pop into your head, you know?
Yeah, definitely. And then what I learned to do is just write those down.
Mhm.
Don't like stop what you're doing and think
No,
about it.
or speak them in your phone. You have always your phone in nearby, so press the button and record it.
Record it.
Easy.
Yeah, I use either my notepad on my phone, or if it's just a list of a thought, I use the what's it called, reminders or whatever, where you can put a grocery
Yeah.
list and that kind of stuff in. Yeah, that works really well. So I have a to-do list in there, and I have a brilliant ideas list that just came to me like, oh, this is a cool idea. Because otherwise you forget about it. It's the same with writing music. If you know, lots of musicians have said if they don't have a something to record their thought immediately, that song is gone forever.
Oh,
Right?
yeah. I've had that happen so many times with an idea that comes around. Oh, I'll get to it.
Yeah,
I'll remember,
no.
you know, nah.
No.
If I remember it, I only remember bits and pieces, you know?
You could do it when you were younger, but as you get older, your memory's shot to
Oh.
shit. It's too much. I don't think it gets shot to shit. I just think there's too much stuff.
Forget what I
in your
had for
head.
breakfast.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And I know, I think it was Steve Vai or Joe Satriani keeps a notepad by his bed,
Yeah.
because if he gets that thought in the middle of the night, he wants to wake up, write it down right away. That's another thing, you get great thoughts at night, don't you?
It's a wonder that he still has a wife next to him. Steve Vai.
I think it's Steve Vai, because he, see, For the Love of God, the album, he went inside a pyramid and he went all freaky. He went all spiritual, and he didn't play the guitar for ages, so his fingers were bleeding when he played For the Love of God. So he's a wee bit spiritual or cuckoo or whatever you want to say.
Wow. But that's all of us, you know, we get these brilliant thoughts, or even a brilliant, you know, I must do this, or I forgot to do that. You don't write it down. It's like gone. So.
Yeah.
Yeah, crazy. Anything else? Anyone's got something important to share?
Brady's very quiet. What's wrong with him?
What's that?
Brady's very quiet.
Oh.
Brady.
Oh, sorry. I'm in between my other job and home, and I'm thinking
Oh,
about that. I
right.
just got messages from them. It's like,
Yeah, there you go.
You're
Okay,
otherwise
cool.
occupied.
it's hard to focus on 10 different things at once.
Well,
Yeah, that too. We always
I mean,
think it's good to multitask, but it's not.
Well, I
really.
like to get on this meeting in the morning, but I don't really start until like 1 o'clock on the computer. So right now I'm still thinking about the frat house.
have you
Right.
finished in the frat house? Do you not
I
go
only-
back to it now?
Well, the kids are back. I only work there a few hours in the mornings,
Oh,
and I don't even call it work, but I do have certain things. So I leave it turned off and then do my afternoon things and then get on the computer around 1 o'clock. So this is a little bit early for me.
Yeah, cool. And for me at 9 a.m., I think it just starts the day.
you just go to the beach and play your guitar all
Yeah.
day.
I did a video, Eugene, this morning of the fishing derby, so I'll post it
Oh,
today.
did you? Oh,
Yeah,
very nice.
they had a shotgun start at 8 o'clock this morning too.
You should throw it on TikTok. I watched this thing. He's a Canadian. I don't know where you've heard of him. Brad Goss or Goose or somebody. He's like a comedian, and he's just come on to TikTok. He does NFTs and he makes these stupid books, the kids' books that are really should be adult books. You can look up Brad Gosse on TikTok, and you'll see some of his books. They're just
Okay.
silly books that he rhymes together, but he's making a fortune, and he's selling NFTs for 126,000.
Of the books, NFTs of the books.
He's thing
Wow.
called Murder Clowns, and he's made them into NFTs, and he's selling them for ridiculous
Okay, cool.
money.
Yeah, I like it. Cool. And
Yeah,
the other,
if you got a video of that shotgun start, that is the best type of video for TikTok.
okay, cool. But I was just going to say that because TikTok, they want you to shoot on TikTok, right?
Well, it's better to do it
Yeah.
live. I mean, to actually do it through the TikTok app. But even if you post it after the fact, my stupidest short video has the most views of anything I've done,
Okay.
and it's about nothing.
Is that the write-off of the motorbike or something?
Yeah, it's a
I've
little
seen
thing
that.
saying, "Hey, I caught this guy, ran some bikes off." Like 36,000 views on it,
Wow.
and it's just stupid. And then
And
I
that
do
was
these other videos
that was
that have-
uploaded. That was uploaded to TikTok.
Yeah,
that
I just
video?
uploaded it from my phone.
Okay, that's good news because I find that ones I upload get way less views, like 20 views instead of 500.
Well, also watch your hashtags that you're using.
Okay.
Even if you gotta go back and see what the top hashtag is for the day, use that one all the time. Because
Yeah.
people are going to that for the views, and your video's stuck in there. They're gonna look at it for a couple seconds anyway. But then put a hashtag corresponding to what it actually is also.
Mhm.
You know, Cabo, whatever.
Yeah.
I'm sure a lot of people look at stuff like that anyway.
Yeah, I'll try that today. Actually, I'll post it there and when you post a video, you syndicate it, you post it to several different places, right?
Not always. My TikTok videos are usually just TikTok.
Just TikTok. Yeah, I think
Yeah,
that's what
unless I do a live and then I edit it, then I'll put it on my stories and I'll put it on my blog and whatever.
That link there should help you with your hashtags. You just put in whatever hashtag you think, and that will find the trending hashtags on TikTok.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, well, when you start typing in a hashtag, it tells you how many millions or billions of views there are on that hashtag. But I don't think going to the ones that have the most hashtags are not always the best,
No.
because then you're buried in to the billions.
Yeah.
If you stick to the lower ones, the millions, I think more people actually see it.
Yeah, they say to go for a low one, a mid one, and a pretty high one.
Yeah, like
Mix 'em up.
FYP for you page. I mean, it's like 100 billion people.
Yeah.
Well, now you're competing with 100 billion people.
Right.
And that guy last night, he was on a webinar. He was selling his course, a year access to his whole course and his NFTs for 1,997 out of my league, like, or 500 a month. Yeah, right, that all. But he was saying, he gave us a tip. He says, always have about 10 hashtags on every video and make sure they're different every time. Don't use the same hashtags.
Well, you want to use your hashtag, the one that you use for yourself. Now, I don't do that on TikTok. I started to, but I don't do it now. But on other platforms, I always use Ask Brady the Gotti. So then all my stuff comes up.
Cool. Okay, our 1 minute warning here.
I gotta
Awesome.
go anyways. I got a
Yeah,
coaching call. So
Good. Get the day started, get some things going. From our Jim Rohn, anybody with ambition can do this. It's just, you don't need to bat 1 out of 1,000, you know? That's
No.
cool.
LoveBoat.
LoveBoat. Awesome
We're gonna
seeing you
get cut
guys.
Jan.
See you
Bye,
again
Jan.
tomorrow. Bye, Jan.
Okay.
yeah, so just to say goodbye.
Okay, guys, another awesome meeting. Okay, chat soon.
Bye.